Okay, so what is the number one reason that you are not practicing self-care? My guess is because you're not making it a priority, you're not building it into your day. So today I want to talk about what you can do to build self-care into your day to bring you some clarity and confidence. Hi ladies, I'm Jaylene with Your Next 40 Years, and I'm here to inspire you to live bold in these next decades of life. If that sounds like something you're interested in and you want to be a part of, please make sure to click the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you're notified each week when I put up a new video. Okay, so let's be honest. What images come up for you when I say the term self-care? I used to think about things like getting a massage or a spa day or getting a pedicure, and those are all awesome, but they're also super indulgent and they kind of feel like maybe you should only do them for a special occasion. I want to kind of change that mindset about self-care, because self-care is really any activity that you do that helps your emotional and mental health. So in other words, anything that helps to reduce anxiety or improve depression or reduces stress, those are all going to be self-care activities. So while a massage will reduce stress, it's not the only thing. Self-care doesn't have to be these really indulgent kind of once in a while activities. You can do several self-care activities a day. I like to think of it as if you take vitamins to keep your body healthy, then you should take self-care to keep your emotions and your mind healthy. So what are those daily activities that you can do to practice self-care regularly? There's a few things that I use every day, and I like to kind of think of it as my self-care kit. The first thing in my kit is my Hypnosis app. Hypnosis is an amazing tool to help improve your mindset and the way that you think, and to really let go of any negative thinking. So I never really considered myself one of those people that had a lot of negative self-talk. I didn't talk about myself like, oh, you're stupid, or oh, why would you think that, or those kinds of things, but I did have a lot of negative thoughts. So it's important to realize that just because you're not thinking negatively about yourself, having negative thoughts in general will have a negative impact on how you feel and how you behave. So hypnosis is amazing because it helps to plant these positive messages into your subconscious. And the reason that's important is because your subconscious just kind of accepts messages without really thinking or analyzing them. So hypnosis plants these positive messages into your subconscious by completely bypassing the part of your brain that is critical and that does analyze things and that does think, oh, that's crap, or that's not going to work for me, or whatever else. Hypnosis actually puts the positive thought right into your subconscious, so that the critical part of your brain is it doesn't even have a chance to think about these messages. So how powerful could that be for you to just have positive messages planted right into your subconscious, where it's just accepted as fact on a daily basis? So the Hypnosis app that I use is from Grace Smith, and Grace is a hypnotherapist for CEOs and actors and actresses and Olympic athletes. So I 100% trust her. I'll put her website in the description for this video, but I really highly recommend that you check out her website and her Hypnosis app. I actually trust her so much that I have my daughter using the app every morning on her way to school, and she's 13. So I notice a bit of a change in just how she's carrying herself and how much more responsible she's becoming, because she's got these positive messages planted right into her subconscious, so she believes them wholeheartedly. So a Hypnosis App is a super powerful tool for your self-care kit. The next item in your self-care kit should be a journal. And I know this sounds like something that you can just skip and move on and, oh, I don't need a journal. But I want you to consider the fact that it's actually been tested and proven that journaling improves your immune system. And that might sound like it's impossible, but if we break it down and we think about what does journaling do? Journaling helps to release anxiety, improve depression, reduce stress by giving us an outlet to take all of those thoughts that are, bouncing around in our brains all day, that are creating the feelings, that are influencing the actions, that are creating the life, right? So if we can just have an outlet to take all of those thoughts and put them down on paper, well, suddenly the feelings change because we don't have those negative thoughts or those worrisome thoughts. So we're not feeling the anxiety or the depression that comes along with those things. And if we're not feeling anxiety and depression, that means that our endocrine system is not releasing the hormones that go along with anxiety and depression. And that means our body is not inflamed because of those hormones. And that means our immune system is stronger and happier. So a journal seems like a really benign kind of take it or leave it tool, but it's actually really, really powerful. And writing in a journal every day and getting those thoughts out is a very, very powerful exercise for your mental, emotional, and physical health. Now, I know that writing in a journal every day is not an easy thing to remember or to be consistent with. And so I have a workbook that will help you with this. If you go to yournext40years.com/ritual tracker, you can download my ritual tracker workbook. And inside is a tool to help you build accountability into your day. You can use this tool for remembering to use your Hypnosis app or remembering to journal or any of those daily rituals that together are going to combine to create the change in your life. So any kind of daily activities that you need to do to reach the goals that you've set for yourself, the ritual tracker is going to help you be accountable and show up for those tasks and those rituals every day. So yournext40years.com/ritual tracker. I'll drop the link in the description of this video. Go there and download your free workbook and start using it. Okay, so before we go to the third item in the self-care kit, I want to check in and see how this is sitting with you. Let me know in the comments if you think you might use a journal and how you think that might kind of help you with your thoughts and improving your feelings, which influence your actions, which the lady ate the fly and the fly ate the, it's all connected. So let me know in the comments if you'll use a journal and how you think that might help you. Also, don't forget to like this video if this is interesting to you and if it's helping you, and share it with any of your midlife lady friends that you think might benefit from it. Okay, moving on. So the third item in your self-care kit is community. And what I mean by community is connections and relationships with people in your life who hold space for you to just be you. So I never feel quite as good as I do after spending time with my best friend, having some coffee and just chatting with each other about how things are going. We don't get to do that very often because we live in 2 different time zones, but we do leave each other Marco Polo videos pretty much every single day to kind of talk about how things are going in life and give each other support, and having these connections with people and being allowed to just kind of share yourself is a huge part of self-care, because it means that you don't have to have all of this stuff inside of you all the time. You can share it and release it. And B, when you share yourself and you release whatever is on your mind, whatever kind of thoughts you're having, you get that validation and that support back from another person. And that creates a trust between you and that person. And having that trust and having someone that you can trust and who trusts you is a very important element of self-care, because it means that you can lean on somebody when you need them, and that feels reassuring. So whether you have a best friend or a sibling or a life coach or a therapist or a group of friends or a Facebook group, find your community, find your people, and share with them some of yourself. And think about what Brené Brown says about vulnerability. So Brené Brown, she has a book about vulnerability. She did a TED Talk. She did a Netflix special. She says that vulnerability is the birthplace of pretty much everything. But we are so uncomfortable with the feeling of vulnerability that we replace it with all kinds of other feelings to kind of keep it under wraps. And Brené Brown recommends that you actually embrace your vulnerability and use it as a stepping stone to awakening and enlightenment and all of these other amazing things. So if you're feeling timid about having these relationships and about sharing that much of yourself, just remember how that feeling of vulnerability is actually a good thing. Embrace it and use it as strength, because the more often you open yourself up to vulnerability, the more that you're going to grow and learn about yourself and about your world and the people in your world. So make sure that you take time every day to make those connections with people, whether it's sending a Marco Polo or a text or doing a FaceTime or having coffee, or just make that time to have that connection with your people on a daily basis for your own personal mental and emotional health and your self-care. And again, make sure you go to yournext40years.com/ritual tracker to download your workbook and get your ritual tracker tool, which is going to help you show up and be accountable to those rituals every day. And that's going to combine to you reaching your goals, which is going to change your life. All right, so if you like this video, please let me know by commenting and by liking it, and then share it with any of your midlife lady friends who you think it will help. Let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway was from this video so that we can create a dialogue about that. Thank you so much for being here with me. This was a super fun conversation, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next video.